Afternoon, people. This is Sam, South Carolina Happy Bees. This is hive number 115 East Fence. It's a double deep 8 frame with the super, and I even got my smoker today, just in case, if they need it. But I expect it to be, well, I don't know, this is the one that jumped on me that day. So we're going to take a look, see at it, see how they're doing, see if they need anything else, maybe another super or even another deep. Got a lot of bees on it. Take their feeder tray off. Take their feeder bucket off. Now we're going to look at the super and see what they're doing in it. Okay, this is a wax frame. They're not doing a whole lot. I'm not going to show y'all of. That's wax frame and they're not doing much with it. This is a wax frame, not doing much with it. Wax frame, not doing much with it. Yeah, we might need to get a couple of these out though, huh? That's one of them that they're not doing much with. We're going to set it over here. This is one that they're not doing a whole lot with, but they're starting. Now this one, has honey on it, but now this may have been one. Oh, that's pretty. This may be one that was already built out that I took out of the hive. But I hope it's pretty on that side as it is on this side. I mean, that's 99.3% capped. And the rest of them, not much. I think what we might do is take one of these frames out, a little bit more separation in here. And I don't normally do that, but y'all know that. We're going to separate it just a little bit so they can build fatter frames. That's a fatter frame there, and it's capped. So all we got to do is make sure that the frames on both sides has room to be built out good. So we're going to see how that works. 7 frame and an 8 frame box. It's okay. Got it stuck down real good. Our little yellow jacket wanting to go in there. There you go. Now this one, we may need another box, people. This one looks filled up. We might need another 8 frame. We're going to put an 8 frame over here anyway, so we got something we can work with. Let's see how y'all can see. I'm going to let you down just a little bit. There we go. Over here to get me an 8 frame box. Okay, we put us another 8-frame box over here. I'm gonna try to edit that out, but I don't know. Let's move it over just a little bit. There we go. Yeah. Smoke the bees a little bit so they go down. And we'll have less chance of rolling them. Start with this one. This one has drones. It has pollen, it has nectar, it has honey. See no eggs, and it has worker brood. Same thing on the other side. We have honey up here, kind of lumpy. We have worker brood here. We have drone brood here, and drones, and that's a good thing. We're going to set them over here for right now. Here, now this is one, like I say, the other one may be, which is a super frame that I put in here. So they'll build it out and come up. But now this one is heavy, and they got a frame built on the bottom. You can see the honey dripping, I guess. But all this is they built on there, and I didn't cut this off. And normally if I do this, then I put it up here. I'll put it over here and let it drip a little bit. That's not a good thing to do, but if I can get it beforehand, I'll cut it off and I'll put it in one of my frames here. Rubber band it in. This one here is brood and honey. Baby's being born. See, that one's built out. They got all those drones, so they may be thinking on leaving. This one is got brood, eggs, larvae. That one's all laid up with eggs and brood and larvae. Didn't see the queen though. This one, eggs, larvae, honey. Whole thing's laid up. And it has eggs, so we may put this one somewhere else. I like to find some with less eggs in it and more capped brood. I got a couple of hives around there. The queens didn't come back or whatever. This one's laid up. Laid up wall to wall. Now this would be a good one if it had eggs on it. Don't see any eggs. Don't see a queen. That's laid up on both sides. Oh, y'all notice I didn't have a queenish lure in here? If the queen wants to come up and lay up in the honey frames, bless her heart. This one here. And another one that's laid up. Oh, you can see these things. Put the sun to your back. You can see in them better. Okay, it has some larvae. See any eggs though. But that's it, both sides. Honey across the top, the rest of it's all brood and larvae and capped. And looking down at this one, all I see is honey. Yep, one got me. Must be getting close to the queen. We have some drones being born. And honey. So we're going to stick this one up here because we're probably going to put another box in here. Okay, we can pick this one up now and stick it over here and see what we got at the bottom. Find out what we got to do. Propolis on my fingers here. Take this one out. Here's just got pollen in it. Some drones walking around. This one, same thing. It's got pollen all in it. This is pollen. This is where it scrapes along the side. Got some drones in it. Most of this is just pollen though. But that's okay. We're going to stick it up here for the time being, and then we're going to stick it back to the bottom again. That's what's great side right there. got all this propolis, this wax up here that come from when they built that other one down. They attached it to this. But we'll get rid of all that. Because if you don't, then when you put the frame back down, you can squish bees. This one's got brood and larvae and eggs. Now this one will be a good one to put somewhere else. Got some honey on it, got some pollen on it. Just gotta make sure we got eggs the right age. And the sun went down on it. Side over here, same thing, both sides. Okay, we have eggs. So I can stick this one in the other one. So we'll stick it back over here right now. We need to find a queen. Pollen, it has worker brood, it has larvae. I'm not looking for eggs anymore. This one has the same thing. You don't see a queen. Good frame. Oh, I'm sorry, girl. Little girl was on my finger chasing a beetle. And I shook her and the beetle off. She was curling up like she wanted to sting me. Bees can't really hurt a beetle. Bees can't hurt a beetle. There we go. Now they will pick them up sometimes with the top open like this. They'll pick them up and fly off with it. This one. This one's got brood and stores in it, pollen and stuff. Good frame. Looks like the queen is going up and down, but I'd like to get her a few empty frames down here. This one has drones, little honey, nectar, pollen, eggs. She's doing what she's supposed to do. And that's that. Good frame. Yep, they got my fishing line broke there, or cut. This is the yellow mark showing where there's a queen cell. And we don't need to know that. There's the queen. Right there. Yellow queen. Bottom is clean. This one here's got honey in it, some nectar, and it will go to the top. Got to get back to the top, right? Take this over here and we'll stick these over here. And this one can go to the top because it's all stores, and they have enough stores in there to take care of them. So that's a couple we could put empty ones in, or else we could use these over here It wasn't from a dead out, it was just from a live that left the house. Two. We're going to put it on the outside so they can finish putting some more honey in it. That back over there. Now we got, what did we have? This is a brood frame. No bugs. That's just a brood frame. Okay, now we're going to put it. This one's coming out too, right? This one and slide it over. Take this one and slide it over. Let that be. Leaves before I put my hand in my pocket. Take this one and slide it over. Take this one and slide it right here in the middle, because the queen is on one of these two. She'll find it easy. One more. Good brood frame, so we're going to take it, put it there, get this one and put it here. Show you something. Leave it here in a couple seconds. 1, 2, 3, How fast those bees get on there and get to work cleaning it up. This is the honey one, so we're going to take it. It'll go back in this hive. Right now we're going to stick it over here. Gee, we just made a nuke. Okay. She's going to need a lot of pollen. Pour some pollen in here so she can take care of the babies. Take this one up. Oh. Those boogers, stick them down easy. Okay, make sure you can see. We finally got us a little rainstorm yesterday. Empty ones up here. Need 3 empty ones. Okay, we got 3 empty ones here with just fishing line on it. All these are built with fishing line, people, by the way. I know y'all already knew that. But we're going to call this 5/22. I think today's the 22nd. And I know y'all already know this too, probably, if you watch the videos. I use fishing line for a couple of reasons. One, they build the frames the way they want to. They can build it faster than they can on wax or plastic. Plastic, nah. And then the reason I put my little yellow marks on there, because that's the color of the year, is yellow. Then I put the date on it, so when I come back I can look in it and tell when the frames was built. Kind of like this one was put in there April 11th. And this was to a swarm, so the other one's kind of old. I'm going to take this, stick it over here. And this is how I do all this. Usually it works. This is when it was put in here April the 11th. Filled up, and And that's what they do on the fishing line. That quick. That one, put it there. Take that one, put it there. Take this one and put it here. This is a checkerboarding, people, so I'm not exactly putting them in there the way I would if I was checkerboard. This is called manipulating. We'll come back in about a week. Well, we done manipulated all we can manipulate with it. Eight frames, and we're going to stick it over here. Stick it here. We want to make sure that Mama's got enough room in here to do what she's doing. And we're going to put a little bit more piling in that one. Like I say, we got a pretty good rain yesterday afternoon. So things will be picking back up here a little bit, and they'll have pollen and nectar and all that stuff again. But we went a long time without any rain. Trees wasn't putting out the nectar. Grass wasn't putting